This is Mr. Frank Clark, who got married recently. Traditionally, the bride and groom kiss after a wedding ceremony. We'd like to show you Mr. Clark about to kiss his bride immediately after their ceremony. The young lady in the picture is our first guest on To Tell the Truth. What is your name, please?
My name is Ruthie Clark.
My name is Ruthie Clark.
My name is Ruthie Clark.
Only one of these young ladies is the real Ruthie Clark. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Peggy Cass, Orson Bean, and Kitty Carlisle on To Tell the Truth. And now, here's our host on To Tell the Truth, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Good afternoon, panel.
Good afternoon, Bud.
In front of you, I'm sure you'll find envelopes, contents of which you've never seen. The one that is marked number 1 is the one I want you to open and follow along with me, if you will, please. I, Ruthie Clark, held both of my husband's hands when we got married. I had to. He was hanging by 1 foot from a helicopter, and I was hanging from him 100 feet above the ground. The minister was in the cockpit above us, performing the service by microphone. Since my husband and I both work as aerialists, using a helicopter instead of a trapeze, I knew, or rather he knew, I meant it when I promised to love, honor, and obey. Otherwise, he might have just let go. Signed, Ruthie Clark. Start the questioning, if we may, with Orson Bean. Orson?
Thank you. Number 2, you weren't afraid of getting airsick in the middle of the ceremony or something, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Why did you do it?
It was my husband's idea, actually.
Well, do you do everything he tells you?
Usually, yes.
Yeah? All right. Number 3, who was Shipwreck Kelly?
Shipwreck Kelly?
Yeah, you know?
Gee,
He's before your time, dear. He used to sit on top of flagpoles.
Oh, no.
I think he got married up there. He was chicken. He didn't want to go all the way up. Number 1, do you remember the couple that got married dropping down in the parachute jump in the first World's Fair in New York? Did you ever hear of them?
I recall the incident, yes.
An old man and his memories, number 1. Why did you do it? Same reason number 2 did?
Yes, we wanted to be married in a way no one else had been married before.
Well, you did that all right. Number 3, do you do everything your husband tells you?
Well, he thinks I do.
Yeah.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 3, could you hear the ceremony where you were?
Yes, we had microphones.
And number 2, did you say I do loud and clear?
I did, yes.
And number 1, how do you train for this kind of work?
For aerial work, you
Yes.
mean? Practice?
I mean, do you do trapeze work on the ground?
Yes, yes.
Number 2, are you also a dancer?
I used to be. I'm not any longer.
Do you know any dancing technique steps, names of them?
Do I know any technique steps?
Yes, like
for
pas
what
de
kind of
deux
dancing?
or tour jeté. Do you know what they are?
Oh, yes, I used to, but I don't any longer.
Number 3, when your children are born, how soon are you going to take them up?
Oh, well, I'll wait till they're a little older.
How old?
Tom Poston.
Number 2, again, please. How was Mr. Clark's foot supported?
He was in a foot loop.
Oh, I see. Number 3, how long did the ceremony take?
Oh, it was about 12 minutes.
Gosh, hanging upside down for 12 minutes. There must any ill effects, number 1?
No.
Not on you, I mean on your husband.
No.
Number 1, where did this take place, please? Number 1.
In London, Ontario.
Okay, number 2, was it part of a show?
No, it wasn't. We did this on our own.
Number 3, who flew the helicopter?
Peggy Cass.
Number 2, would he have married you if you hadn't gotten married that way?
I think so, yes.
Now, number 1, you say you were holding on with both your hands. Well, I'd be so nervous my hands would sweat and I'd fall out. Did you wear gloves?
No, rosin.
Rosin. Oh, boy, I'd really coat it up. Number 3, how much did it cost to rent that helicopter?
Oh, we didn't rent it. It was hired by the people for whom we were doing the show.
But you were getting married. I thought what do you mean you were doing
Well,
a show?
he was a friend of ours. We had worked with this pilot before.
Oh, I
and
see.
so
Now-
we just used it for the day.
Oh, that was very nice. Number two, how was it difficult to find a minister to perform the ceremony in a helicopter?
No, he was a friend of ours also. We knew him before.
It was a block
That's it.
booking.
It's time for you to mark your ballots, so please mark them at once, without any consultation, either written or spoken, and without change once you've marked. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All right. The team of challengers will, of course, receive $100 for each incorrect vote. Have you finished marking your ballots?
Gee, I haven't.
Yes, sir.
Writing your note? Tom, for whom did you vote?
Well, yeah, I found it very difficult to decide, Bud.
Can't imagine why.
I voted for number 2 because she looked like a clinging vine.
Peggy Cass.
Well, I voted for number 3 because, you know, I think she's his wife when she said, he thinks I do.
Orson Bean.
I was just writing congratulatory notes to my
Of
fellow
course you are.
panelists on the
Yes.
depth and
Leave them on my desk.
penetrating perception of their questioning. I voted for number 3 because of the reason that Peggy just gave.
What was it, Orson?
Whatever it was, I'm sure it was a good one. She's a fine.
Kitty, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 3 because I think she looks like the athlete in the bunch.
All right, panel, the votes are all in. So let's find out what the truth is in the matter. Will the real... No, I tell you, I got a better idea. Her husband is in the audience. Let's ask him to come up and show us which is the real one. Well, you fooled him. Thank you very much. You fooled him all the way, I'll tell you. That was a good job, panel, a very good job. Sir, who had the first idea about doing your wedding just this way?
Well, the original idea was mentioned by our pilot, Mr. John Bourne, and he just mentioned it as a gag.
Were you working together as a team, the two of you, when you were married? I don't mean, of course, you were at that moment, but I mean beforehand in the show?
Yes, we had done about 6 weeks of work fairs in Canada with the helicopter.
And is that what brought the marriage on, or did you decide to get married before you began working together? Which was
we
it?
had decided, he had asked me sometime before that, yes.
You didn't hold out at all. You just
No.
said... Well, much happiness to you both.
Thank you.
And I hope you keep each other up in the air the rest of your lives. Thank you, sir. Now, number 2. What is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Sally Higgins, and I'm a student at NYU.
Number 3, you got most of the votes. What is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Kathy Carpenter, and I'm a secretary at Brown Brothers Harriman. They're private bankers in New York City.
Thank you. In checking the score, we find all incorrect votes. That's 4 times $100, $400 you get to carry away and divide, ladies. And we thank you all very much. Only hope you had as good a time as we did. Goodbye. God bless you.